Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today we are here at Leoncini in San Gimignano, province of Siena, in the heart of Italy. Look at this. This is a beautiful shop right in the center of this medieval town, San Gimignano. Amazing towers. This is a stunning place. Check it out. We are right here with Luciano. He's the owner of the place.
Ciao, buongiorno. Io sono Luciano, il titolare di questo negozio. Ho creato questo negozio inizialmente per me, perché mi piacevano i coltelli, la mia passione, e poi dalla passione ho deciso di condividerla con altre persone che venivano a San Gimignano, che passavano di qua. È stato sempre un piacere condividere, confrontarsi con gli altri, e da qui ho creato questo piccolo angolo per collezionisti, per la gente soprattutto che passava da San Gimignano, essendo una città turistica. Qua vi presentiamo, abbiamo tutti i nostri regionali, fatti esclusivamente in Toscana e fatti a mano, tutti uno per uno. Qua abbiamo un'altra piccola collezione di regionali antichi che venivano usati ai tempi della guerra, quando ancora veniva passato dalla Toscana, veniva passato dall'Appennino e andavano in Emilia Romagna. Infatti alcuni si chiamano il Passatore, proprio il ricordo di questo. Poi qua abbiamo coltelli sardi, qua abbiamo fatto una selezione di tutti i migliori artigiani di Sardegna, poi altri coltelli italiani. Pensiamo di aver scelto, selezionato non il meglio, però una buona qualità di tutti quello che era la coltelleria italiana. Poi abbiamo altre marche un po' di tutto il mondo per soddisfare tutte le esigenze dei passanti o di quelli appassionati. Acabò tutto. E poi abbiamo qua un angolo per i collezionisti, coltelli in damasco italiano, fatti con acciaio delle teleferiche, coltelli bellissimi dagli effetti speciali particolari, molto molto belli.
Buongiorno, good morning. We are in our shop in San Gimignano in Tuscany. And here we're showing you some typical Tuscan knives, and all handmade in Scarperia, a village behind Florence in an area called Mugello. Mugello is famous because there is a motor racing track. And let's start from one of the most typical knives, which is Zuava. So that's the basic, we say the basic model. So Zuava, handmade. Originally they were all made of carbon steel. Now the blade is stainless steel. The handle is bone. In particular, this is ox horn. And all the rest, all the other parts, so the guard, the inside is all lined with stainless steel. So Zuava is a typical, as I said, shape of the blade, and if you look, all these knives have the same shape of blade. And the name Zuava comes from the French soldiers, Zouavi, and their peculiar trousers, the Zuava trousers. And I don't know exactly why it came, it was given to this knife the name of Zuava, but I think it's just the period where the French soldiers were in Italy. And from Zuava, in Scarperia, the artisan have made other shapes of knives which were used and still have been used in Tuscany, which are this one, Senese, so from the area of Siena. You can notice on the spine the very fine file work. And you see, differently from Zuava, it doesn't have a guard. So they were all knives used mainly in a countryside, like working knives. And then we have another beautiful knife, which is Personale. So this is like a pocket knife. So these are all folding knives. Again, with the handle in horn, pretty much similar to Senese, and the blade like Zuava. And then and silver, at the end. So that's engraved with a laser. And the other knives, so 1, 2, 3, with 3 different handles, olive wood. And the guard in this case is silver, again laser engraved. And the peculiarity, this is called San Gimignanese. San Gimignanese because there is engraved on the blade the coat of arms of San Gimignano with the lion and the laurel crown. So, and it's olive wood, buffalo horn, and ox horn. So these are generally, obviously, the main materials for handles in Tuscany, because we have a lot of availability of horn and olive wood, which is the typical wood in Tuscany. Here we have other artificial knives also made in Scarperia behind Florence in the Mugello area. They have a very specific history. So these are what we call historic knives. They all date back, originate in 1800. And the funny aspect of them, well, funny under so many limits, is that they were the outlaws' knives, so the bandits. When Italy was united, so 1861, there was a lot of poor in Italy, and a lot were rebelling against the politics, so it was quite unstable, the situation, the politics in Italy. And many, because of the wheat cost, and they went to the woods. And these knives, which were used already in a country, for work and things like that, they were, under some aspects, used then by these bandits. Why? Because, as you can see, the blades were quite long. They're all folding knives with what we call a split joint opening. Only Romano, so this is from Rome, has a ring. So this is called in Italian Romano con anello, Romano from the Pope region. I don't know in English how you would translate. In Italian was called Stato Pontificio, so it was all that central part of Italy owned by the Pope and the Vatican. And there were bandits a little bit everywhere. And the difference of these three knives, so 1, 2, and 3, come from a region of Italy which is Emilia-Romagna, specifically the area of Romagna, where there were very famous bandits. And like in every country there are legends, these were like sort of Robin Hood, Italian Robin Hood. And the specific names are, for the longer knives, look, this is probably like 35 centimeter knife, blade carbon steel, because obviously is the original. The handle is buffalo horn, and again the guard and the lock is all stainless steel, but originally obviously carbon steel. This specific knife is called il Passatore. Pasatore was the nickname of Stefano Felloni, a bandit near Ravenna. And he was really what we call Robin Hood, because he was stealing from the rich and giving to all the poor peasants, in the area. And obviously was betrayed and killed in a very young age. And then this other knife is called Saracca, which is also from Romagna. And the handle, again, all blades are made of carbon steel, handle horn, and the file work, you see, there is a lock. And they were used, a lot, because obviously the blade couldn't fold, so they were knives, even in fights. Unfortunately, in riots, these knives were put in pockets and taken out, not in great occasions. And third knife is called San Posito. So 1, 2, 3, they all come from Romagna. San Posito is a little village near Lugo di Romagna, so all villages in. And they got famous, unfortunately, mainly because they were used, as I said, from these bandits. And the last one, as we were talking before, is Romano. So they are now reproduced in Scarperia di Mugello from artisans, taking the shape and materials, for the blade from the 1800. So that was the period of all these historical knives. We're continuing with historic knives. A beautiful knife here that we have is the first knife. This shape is called Maréchal. Maréchal was also, we say, a bandit knife, an outlaw knife, originally from the area of Milano. Maréchal in English, I think the closest translation is marshal. We don't know exactly why this name, but probably referring to the military rank here on the guard, like different. The knife, this one, the other peculiarity, the blade is in Damascus steel. So different layers of steel welded together. And also you see different pattern. So this is another peculiarity of the Damascus steel, the pattern welding, because they're all different according to the different type of steels and works done on the blade. This one, Maréchal, you see quite peculiar blade, and handle is buffalo horn, very beautiful. So Damascus steel, why Damascus? The origin of the name, very, very difficult. So Damascus obviously is the capital of Syria. Damascus probably because in Damascus they used to make beautiful swords. The craftsmanship was really great. So this is one probably origin, of the different layers, because there are still some craftsmen in Damascus made the old style blades, but it's a lost. This technique is a bit lost now in the East. Also in India was used a lot to do swords. And the other probably origin in Arabic, Damas means water. So it's because, it's a wavy shape, the wavy, pattern, on the knife. So there are many origins of the Damascus steel, but for sure it is a very elaborate technique. And obviously the price of the knife comes out according to the different layers. So more layers, more expensive, because it's really difficult. And a lot, again, of materials were used to make this. This peculiar one that you see here, it was used from the cables of cable cars. So very, very unusual. Then we have more modern type of Damascus steel. So this is still an historic knife. These other three, you see both the blades and the guard is Damascus steel. While the handles is ram's horn or ebony. So ram's horn, and this is probably, I dare say, laser engraved, but this part is all handmade. So beautiful, beautiful knives. And the file work, you see, just look how elaborate it is along the spine. So these are all factories in Italy. This is still in Scarperia. This one is in the north of Italy. There is a village called Maniago near the Dolomites, where basically there is one alley and all the most important factories that make knives are, see, the best brands. In Italy there is a big tradition, like in many countries, of knife making, and every region has got, as we saw, artificial knives, and they're still made see, in Italy. Thank you for following us, and we say hello to Fabrizio, which was very nice to visit us in Tuscany. Thank you.
So there you have it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.